I said, are you ready?
To rumble?
Yeah. But welcome back, everybody. We've been on a little bit of hiatus just because some shit went down. Our previous microphone broke, so we had to work off some money in order to pay for a new one.
Yeah, I really gotta practice on laying the bitch down gently.
What?
No. So how y'all doing?
Well, in case you've forgotten already, I am Wolf.
And I'm Jostar.
And we are the two members of Studio Jostar, and this is our hopefully going to continue being our weekly podcast where we talk about video games and a little bit of anything interesting that's been going on and anything in the news. I will start off by saying that this is the day after the unfortunate news of the death of the very, very influential boxer Muhammad Ali.
Who?
Muhammad Ali, foot like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Well, if he stung like a bee, he certainly died like one too.
That's not. He was very influential.
I don't know who that is.
But don't make fun of people. Don't.
My bad. Dead guy's dead.
I mean, that's like making fun of. That's like also making fun of Prince.
I made fun of Prince when he died.
You're just an asshole. Anyways, all right. So we definitely have done a lot of things in the past 2 weeks, or 3, 4. How many weeks has
let's
it
just
been?
say 3.
Yeah, let's go with 3.
Let's go with 3.
3 is a solid number. All right. So in the past 3 weeks, a lot has gone down. I don't remember exactly all the video game news, but I do remember one thing that really caught my attention was the one negative review, a single negative review on Metacritic that has gotten a petition with almost 10,000 signatures, and probably already has at this point, to get that review taken down and redone to give it a higher score because the person thought that it was unjust.
Yeah, I think we're talking about Uncharted 4.
Oh, yes.
Yep, that dancing simulator. I mean, Nathan Drake's Final Adventure.
Yes.
Who gives a shit?
Well,
it is a good game, though.
It is the Final Adventure until Uncharted 1 remake.
You mean Tomb Raider?
Which one?
PS2. First one.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Yeah. Yep, we're gonna go with that. No, yeah, that shit was kind of insane hearing about a story like that. It's like, oh my god, his opinion is terrible. Yes. Everyone's out of position, so he can't have a voice anymore. He needs to share our views on everything.
Yes. And
I'm just a bunch of little children. I swear.
I mean, I thought that it was not something that needed to be said, but people, even though this is the internet where you can say anything you want, that applies to everybody else. That does not mean that they need to have the same opinion as you. So please, if you ever find someone that does not agree with you, just say, okay, I agree with your opinion, I respect it. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I will respect it and not try to persuade you any other way. Unless they're actually getting a fact wrong, and you can make them put egg on their face or whatever that saying is. Yeah.
That's a saying.
Like if you call somebody out on their bullshit, then they've got egg on their face.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad saying.
But I like it. It's funny.
It is pretty funny. You got an on his face.
Crack
egg on his face.
He's so embarrassed, you crack an egg on it, and it just starts sizzling because of the embarrassment.
Oh my god, he got burned in the kitchen.
He's gonna need some aloe.
He's gonna need his waifu to get in the kitchen.
Damn. He don't got one though.
Yeah, because he got burned.
He in the burn ward.
Oh my god, Ashy.
Ash Ketchum. Speaking of Ash Ketchum, how about that Pokemon Sun and Moon though? See that segue?
My face, if you could see it right now.
Oh, wow.
Those legendaries, they pissed me off. Oh, seriously. Yes. Oh my god.
For one,
you have the Sun legendary weak to fire type moves.
What is this, Dark Souls?
What the absolute fuck?
What is this? Dark Souls in the final boss?
And like literally, as the scripture says that he devours the sun. How can you eat something that kills you? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then Lunala, that typing is the absolute worst typing you could ever put on a Pokemon. Psychic Ghost, it has 4 times weakness to 2 different types.
I will give it that it is fairly unique because the only other Pokemon was the event Pokemon Hoopa.
Yeah, but unique doesn't mean good.
Yes, that is one thing, but Hoopa hasn't really been the best, but it has shown to have some competency in its attack. And because of how it looks, I feel like Lunala will have a very high speed stat, so it will be able to at least get...
Fine. Too bad it doesn't have Levitate, though, so it's still catching ground-type moves.
But it's not weak to any ground-type
moves. It's not weak to them. It's still going to catch it. Nonetheless, even though it's a bat or something. Right? It's a bat?
Yeah. I think there's a meme going around like it's the mother of all Zubats.
Oh my god. Like I can't stand these Pokemon though. Like, and then their special attacks. The special attacks side ability is a Pokemon abilities. It ignores Pokemon abilities when hitting them.
And
I was
typings.
like, so
no, and typings.
It didn't say typing.
You sure?
Yeah, it didn't say typing. It's only the ability.
It's time to
because if it ignored typing, does that mean it'd be neutral or super effective on everything? It'd probably be neutral.
Let me double check here. New attacks on the Cerebi page. Effects. Okay, I got egg on my face then.
So it's like that literally only works. Oh my god.
But I mean, it looks...
We don't know the types of the moves either. But I'm going to assume Sunsteel Strike is a Steel-type move. And Moongeist Beam, more than likely a Psychic or a Ghost move. And it would have to be a move with Stab. Despite Sunsteel Strike looking like a fire attack, it's literally just an amped-up version of Flame Charge.
Well, it's Sunsteel, so it could still be a fire-type move.
But it would get no Stab.
Unless they throw in a curveball and
or it has dual typing?
Unless there's a curveball.
What kind?
Give them a third typing that they have not revealed yet.
You mean there'll be triple type Pokemon?
There is a possibility.
I think that's unlikely. That would really hurt me.
I understand that is unlikely, but it definitely will happen. But because of their experimenting with double types and just because of how the names are, I do feel that the more likely suspect is that Sunsteel Strike will be a Fire Steel move, and Moongeist could be a either Ghost Psychic or Ghost Fairy type move.
Yeah, when I say Moon, ever since Moonblast, I'm thinking Moon is associated with Fairy typing. I was going to assume that the Moon type Pokemon before this review would have been a Fairy Dark or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I was assuming that the lion was going to be a Fire type. Well, he really is a Mega Man Battle Network Side Beast clone.
God damn.
Oh, Liger Zero ass. Are you serious? Like, it's a Steel type. I think it's a typo. That's a mistake.
Yeah, it
has to be.
It definitely does feel like it. But that...
And his attack is so lame.
Well, I mean...
It's like it starts up really cool, and then the impact is nothing.
True, but that's how a lot of Pokemon now are.
But Moongeist Beam looks like a way cooler move.
Oh, definitely, especially because he does a little form, his entire body glows up. Like all for Solgaleo, his head just like glows for a moment and then his goes up, but Lunala just lights up entirely. But
hashtag Team Moon.
I do think that there has been enough hate already. So let's
Team Poplio.
But let's talk a bit about the positives of that gameplay trailer, which I can think of 2 for certain. One being that Pokédex.
I don't like Rotom.
I mean,
that was the most interesting thing I've ever seen.
I mean,
your Pokédex.
Your Pokédex has a Rotom inside it, and because of being able to manipulate energy or the electromagnetic waves or something, I don't exactly remember all the mechanics of Pokédex. but it will be able to talk to you somewhat.
Yeah, think of it as your Boros.
No,
basically.
it is your Meowth.
Yeah, it's just like it's gonna always be there. I hope it talks often. In all honesty.
Now here's another thing that I heard somebody talk about that I think would also be interesting is that it could also be able to battle. Like being an electric steel type, while it would be weak, I still think it will be interesting to see.
Or you could use it as like a swap out. So like you have your standard team of 6, right? But if you get totally fucked up at a gym, you can just throw him out there.
Last resort.
Last resort.
That's its only Pokemon move as well. Last resort. Oh yeah. But
that'd be a gag. It's called Analyze. It automatically records that Pokemon in your Pokédex as if you caught him.
Mm-hmm. But there already is an Analyze ability. So.
Yeah.
But
that Rotom does look cool, but I don't like Rotom.
But the biggest thing about the gameplay trailer that I think some people skimmed over, but will affect the entire gameplay of the game, is the camera.
Dynamic angles.
Yes. If you did not see it close enough, or you don't know what I'm talking about, if you look back on that trailer, you will see the camera moving around your character.
Above your character as well.
Now you might think that this is dumb or stupid to point out, but here's the thing. That also means we get to see the backsides of a lot of buildings that probably never even had a back to begin with, just because of how the 3D worked, which means that there's going to be more detail into things. But that also means that there might be more hidden secrets, just because of how you'll need to position the camera, like all other RPGs where you can pick something up.
That just means this entire environment is fully fledged out. One thing I noticed, big notice, from the previous trailer alone, elevated land.
Oh, yeah.
As in, the ground isn't all flat. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
For Pokemon. I'm not trying to sound like a guy who doesn't know anything about dynamics, but like the fact that the environment has slopes, different elevations and everything, that's just amazing to me. It's awesome. I love it. And I was just like, oh man, it's going to make me feel like I'm actually running through a world.
Indeed. But that is all that was the most noticeable, those 3 things in the trailer. But we will be seeing more in E3 this week, I believe.
For Sun and Moon?
Yes. No, try it.
No,
come on.
You didn't watch it. No.
The fuck? Good.
No, I can't do it.
Whatever.
It scares me.
Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's a ball.
It's candy.
It's a ball.
Okay.
I can't.
Anyways.
Balls. Give me the balls, boss.
You. Actually, I've actually seen a recent compilation of that guy's this things.
They want the balls, boss. I wonder if they're gonna have new types of Pokeballs in this game.
They probably will, because I think in every game so far there has been a new type of Pokeball.
On the Slick, though, I wanted a new type of Pokemon. On the Slick, I wanted it to be like a space category.
Space
Pokemon.
Like imagine they gave out these typings only to announce like 2 new typings and completely change their typings at E3.
I would laugh. You want to know something? Like, since we've already basically confirmed that leaked list that came out a while ago is legit, I'm wondering what the other legendaries in the game are going to look like.
It is legit?
Yeah. It had all of these Pokemon in that list.
Where can I find that list? So we can
you have to just look it up. We're going to have to find it.
Pokemon Sun and Moon leaked Pokemon list. Is it this Gen 6.5?
I have no idea. 6.5? No, I'm not sure. I thought it was called Gen 7.
Yeah, this is definitely not.
That looks fake.
Yeah, but this is the one that you talked to me about before. I know.
I found a different one that they talked about. It was like it had a list that had something else. I forgot what it was called, but I know for a fact that there's going to be new legendaries.
Yeah, when
is that Pokemon actually coming? The Magiano. or
it might be
it?
Magiana.
Yeah.
It might, just because of how recent it will be, because of the Volcanion movie, it might actually be released on opening, like Black and White did with Victini in the Liberty Pass.
Oh yeah, I didn't get Victini. I missed out on my Victory Star.
Alright.
But yeah, like, what kind of typings of Pokemon do you suspect would be in this new game anyway?
I honestly cannot tell with Game Freak at this point, because they finally managed to go willing with a water-fire Pokemon. Anything is up for grabs at this point.
Yeah, like a fire grass.
Or what?
I mean, they already did fire bug. Fire grass wouldn't be too far away. Be heat black, swamp fire from Ben 10.
Now, if I had to think about which dual typing I would like the most,
Which one would I like?
One typing would be dark. I would say a dark and electric type, actually.
Or a fighting electric.
Yeah. But I just like dark.
Thunder Punch. I want a Kakashi Pokemon.
Yeah, I honestly cannot see it. There is a video that says leaked of Generation 7 Pokemon, but
no, we might not find this list.
Yeah,
I mean,
some comments are like,
boys. Oh,
totally
into are by far the best.
Totally thought this could be real till 1 minute in. Yeah, fake the next far start. Yeah, this is definitely not it. I don't know what you've been talking about.
A cat? I'm not sure. It was a while since I saw the list, but it was,
list is real. All right. Dark Psychic Fire Ice Debugger Legend for
that's fake.
Yeah, this is fake. So I don't understand what you're talking about, because all of this.
Yeah, I mean, it must have gotten taken down or something, because I remember seeing a list a while ago with Poplio and Litten on it.
However, at the same time, that could have been made by somebody who saw these and just put it up.
But it was before this. It was before the starter reveal that I saw the list.
However, do you have any facts to back up yourself up?
Nope. Doesn't really matter though. Can't find it, so yeah. I hope Ash Greninja will be in the game, or whatever you call that. What do they call that?
Ash Greninja.
I mean, like, does he do what is he doing though? It's a synergy burst, right?
Yes.
So kind of like how they do in Pokken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering what kind of new Pokemon in the game. Everybody started to picking a starter team already. I'm like, give me their third forms first, and then I'll pick my starter.
All these Pokemon people are about, what are these starters about? I want to know about these pseudo-legendaries, because every gen has had those pseudo-legendaries. I want to know those.
Legendaries in the game. I want to see them.
No,
I want to see the bad guy team. If there is a bad guy team.
What I want to see the most is those megas, though.
Luna Terminus Rock. Confirmed, basically.
Yeah.
Just for the name of the game.
But
I would be surprised if it didn't happen. Plus, using that psychic typing on both of the legendaries for this game, I would be shocked if Lunatone and Solrock didn't get megas.
So let's just do a quick little.
Or weren't used as mega stones for those legendaries.
Yeah, but we have talked a little bit about Pokemon. There are a few other things that we could talk about. But I do at least want to ask, what do you think would be, what mega would you like to see? This is my biggest question.
What mega do you want to see?
I'm still trying to think about it. That's why I actually for.
Oh, me? Let's see. Honestly, Mega Dragonite.
Mega Dragonite. That would be interesting to see. Personally, after seeing, I actually saw a recent video of somebody doing like their top 10 hopeful Mega Evolutions for Sun and Moon, And one that really stood out for me, just because my favorite typing is a dark type. I actually have a straight dark type team that is pretty not undefeated currently anymore, but it used to be undefeated, and then somebody did a rematch of me and just spammed legendaries on me. So I don't really want to count that, but
it is what it is.
I'll make a Luxray that turns Dark and Electric, which is also why I was saying Dark and Electric would be something I wanted to see. But
Luxray, I missed that Pokemon.
Yeah, Luxray. I mean, it's not the reason why it's
Electivire.
Mega. Well, if Mega Electivire got a Mega, then you would also get a Magmortar because they are polar opposites of each other. One cannot survive, one cannot live, or one cannot die, or fucking what is it? What is it saying? But one cannot live without the other.
Man, damn.
Yeah.
That was terrible. I'm sorry.
But I mean, they were in opposite gens in first gen. Then they both got baby evolution or preforms and opposite games in this next gen. Then fourth gen, they got their evolutions as their extra trade evolutions as well. So they are almost polar opposites of each other.
Electivire was my nickname, right?
Good thing I'm a Magmar guy.
Screw fire. Everybody picks fire for everything. Screw Litten. He's not hurt. He's not heated. He's not what's good in the hood.
I like Rowlet with its little bow tie because I'm going to call him Blathers.
I'm going to pick Popplio because watch Popplio be the best of the two.
I want to make a Little Cup team, possibly in Gen 7, just so they can have a Rowlet and name it and call it Blathers.
Hey, all y'all be playing, bro. All them talking about how Popplio is trash. Watch that boy. Watch he be an ice water type.
Water fairy.
Man, he'll ice beam the hell out of Rowlet, and he'll hydro pump the trash out of Litten. Watch him be the best of the starters.
Oh yeah.
If Litten turns into a fire ground, I'm going to laugh. Because in all honesty, I look at him and I think fire dart.
Did you see the possibility leaks? Yeah,
where they had like what, water fighting?
Yeah,
and fire ground.
So to be fair, water fighting would be pretty interesting because only Keldeo and Poliwrath have that typing as well.
Keldeo!
Fire or
and I can see it with this whole acrobatics thing that they have going for them. It'd be cool. Yeah. What if like all the starters were flying types?
Oh, I could not see that Litten.
A cat with wings, bruh. A cat with wings.
It becomes Happy. That's his final evolution. It's Happy from Fairy Tail.
Oh, Hi.
Alright, but
and it's like Popplio. He just puts himself in a bubble.
Oh yeah.
And he floats with it, and he turns his whole water flying.
Weird. But
I want all the starters to have a unique attack.
What else do we got to talk about? Does anything else happen in the past couple weeks that we can remember?
Happen? Not particularly. I mean, we can talk about E3 thoughts.
Well, the only thing that I really care about E3 is the Pokemon Go demos, the Sun and Moon,
decent.
The Sun and Moon announcements, and what a lot of people are hoping is 90% the new Zelda game.
Well, I am looking forward to that. At the same time, I'm just like, are you guys really trying to kill my hype? You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit! That Curry game comes out in 5 days. So yeah, earlier we were just talking about upcoming 3DS games because we've looked over the past year and they've had like a good game almost every month. So it looks like this month we will be having our Kirby Planet Robobot, which looks really interesting. Next month, however, is up for grab. I want to say Corpse Party. It's not a new game, but the
alternatives. Mighty Number flop.
Damn.
Mighty Number Trash.
Oh,
How
September.
does Sonic Boom have a release date set already?
I don't know. But I mean, we got a Yokai Watch 2 coming out, actually. That's actually very new.
What the heck? What the heck is wrong with you, bro?
The new Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney game is in September.
I need to catch up on those. River City, Tokyo Rumble. Holy crap.
I'm really sorry, but Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney is one of my favorite series of all times.
I love the games in all honesty, but I've played all of them and haven't beaten any of them.
The only game that I have not played so far is the Apollo Justice game, and I've heard I'm not missing out on much. But
you see me, I always make an opinion for myself.
The thing is that this is so sudden. Like, we checked the other weeks, and there was nothing, and now looking at it again.
Yes, Capcom was like, we're getting off our asses. Are you ready for a new game? Oh, Monster Hunter Generations.
Oh yeah, Disney Magical World 2, Sun and Moon.
Disney sucks.
The Unlikely Legend of
I love
Rusty.
how that date is so very, very wrong for the Sun and Moon release dates because we know it's the 18th.
Yeah. Dragon Quest VIII, Journey of the Cursed King.
I never played any Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest 11. Oh yes.
I haven't played any of them.
So there actually is more. I'm glad we checked this because there are a lot more games to look forward to this year.
Like what?
Phoenix Wright.
I mean,
Phoenix fucking Wright.
I like Phoenix Wright, but I don't ever think about looking forward to it. I just play it when I get the chance. It's one of those games where they're fun for me, but I'll never actually beat or take the time to sit down and play for a long period of time.
That's because you're lame. Oh, there's a Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix for the 3DX coming out, so that'll be interesting. I think I've already seen a lot of them, the last stage of Mega Mix on YouTube from the Japanese release, but that I don't actually know.
Generation Force is coming.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna hit from a Shin Megami Tensei Apocalypse.
Q3.
I'm glad they changed the name from Final to Apocalypse. Because Final just sounded like a pretty bad name. Just like Fire Emblem Fates in Japan was called Fire Emblem Fates F, right? IF?
Yes, F.
Like that was just kind of funny.
But let's also take a look at some other stations that might have new games coming out.
Ew, Mighty Number 9. Wait, I love how Wii U's Mighty Number 9 release has an actual set date of June 21st.
Because IGN doesn't always update. I mean, we're not disclosing of who we're looking up the list of.
Trash. Hey, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, aka that game that nobody's gonna buy except me.
Konami Crazy Erasers, Get off my lawn.
Minecraft? Boo.
The story mode actually isn't that bad.
For what?
It's a Telltale game, so Telltale games make games almost
for
anywhere.
Minecraft?
Yeah.
Minecraft?
Yeah.
Minecraft isn't a Telltale game. Is it?
Minecraft
the story mode? Why does it have a story mode?
Because that's a Telltale game.
Wow, okay. I'm still not gonna play it.
Yeah, I mean you don't have to. I mean not all Telltale games, not all their games are for everybody, but you might find one game from Telltale that you will enjoy.
I like the one that had the werewolf guy.
Oh, The Wolf Among Us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting because that was based off of the Brothers Grimm fairy tales.
I liked one of the Walking Dead games, but I didn't like any of the other ones. Or maybe they were all the same game and they just sold it to you piece by piece.
I honestly cannot see a single game
Wait, scroll down, did I say like Shadow Blade or some shit?
Other than Tokyo, but Shadow Blade sounds so fucking edgy.
It sounds generic.
Ultimate Chicken Horse, that's a good game. There's already a PC release, I believe, or at least it's out in beta. It's actually very fun.
There's literally nothing down here.
Yeah, but
Wii U, Nintendo, what are you doing with your console? You really don't want to have people have faith in what you're trying to sell them. If this is how you treat your consoles, what makes you so sure people are going to trust you when it comes to pulling out a new console? If you're going to put out the system support that they want.
I'm actually going to add a new console that we have not done, the PS Vita, because actually
Vita doesn't get new games.
No, there actually are a few upcoming good ones. Atelier,
I mean,
Sophie,
most of these games are coming out.
God Eater, Resurrection,
PlayStation 4. Yeah, those are all coming out on PS4 as well. All of
Darkest
these games
Dungeon,
are just ports.
Mighty Number 9, Mobile Suit Gundam, Gundam Extreme versus Force.
Yeah, also PS4.
God Eater 2, Rage Blast, Attack on Titan, Hatsune Miku, Project.
Titan. Is that the new one that came out?
Probably.
I heard people like those Attack on Titan
Dragon
games,
Quest
but they're so boring because
Dragon
you just
Quest
do the
Builders.
same thing over and over
So
again.
the 3DS gets Dragon Quest 11 and the Dragon Quest 8 remake. However, the Vita gets Dragon Quest Builders.
Sounds like a you make your own world kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
Tales from the Borderlands.
Yeah, that's another Telltale game.
Xenoblade.
It doesn't have it up here. But the one thing that I was hoping to show off is that there's actually a new Digimon RPG game coming out for the Vita.
Oh my god, Digimon, die already. You're inferior to Pokemon. Accept it.
I honestly do not have much hope for most Digimon games ever since All-Star Rumble.
All-Star what? The game doesn't exist.
But I heard Cyber Sleuth was fantastic.
So yeah, that's what I heard too. I heard a lot of people liked it and never beat it.
Thing is coming out for the PS3 because I have not gotten my Blaze Blue Central Fiction.
Yeah, I'm getting that game.
I know you are.
I saw the trailer for it already.
Persona 5 is this year.
Just don't know when.
Yep. But there's not really that much coming out for PS3. But
when we're on games for PlayStation now, are we hitting the PS4?
We will now.
Right, this is like One Piece Burning Blood. That thing is awesome. If anybody's, looking forward or planning on getting the game, just let you know, Sanji will be considered unplayable. He can't hit girls. Equality.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, Eyes of Heaven.
Oh, I was waiting to get that game too, to be honest. Star Ocean, they have a new one?
Yeah.
Cryamore. I like Cryamore.
Riptide. Alone with You, Hitman, Episode 4, Sniper Ghost Warrior 3.
Why do they have more Hitman games?
I don't know. I Am Setsuna.
Ghostbusters, the movie, the video game? Why?
Because
that
that's
movie's
what they
gonna
do.
flop so bad.
I Am Setsuna tells the sorrowful story of Setsuna, a young woman of incredible inner strength, and the sacrifice she must undertake to save the people of her land. Revives an epic battle system from one of the greatest games of all time and makes a few changes, but does not give any other details. So I say we keep an eye on this one. I say we keep an eye on this one because I want to.
Just because it's Square Enix?
Probably not just because of that. Because I want to see about this what battle system they're using.
Yeah, it says an epic battle system from one of the greatest games of all time.
I mean, so far
what could that even be?
So far it looks bland, but it is Square Enix and Tokyo RPG Factory. Have they made anything before? No, this is their first game actually. So Tokyo RPG Factory's first game will be I Am Setsuna. So this game will set the bar.
Let us know what we should expect from them. Basically.
Yeah, this will set the bar for their products. I'm getting Skype messages from something completely unrelated to this. Should we actually check the Xbox One?
Might as well. What are you gonna have?
Xbox One upcoming releases. I mean.
Oh wait, Infinite Warfare. Is that an actual game or is it a movie?
Oh, that should be a small little segment here. How many dislikes does it have?
I always found Call of Duty funny. I never understood why Call of Duty fans never play the campaign and mostly never care about the campaign.
26 million views. 2.7 million dislikes.
Yeah, it's like, I never understood. How is it that you sell a game that people only buy for multiplayer?
Call of Duty Infinite dislikes.
It's like you sell a game that's literally people only buy for multiplayer, and you advertise it with the campaign.
I didn't know there is okay. Call of Duty 4 remastered MP maps only available in supply drops. Fall of Duty Infinite refunds. So who wants to flag the hell out of this video? I know no one will read this, but I sell tortillas. I don't know why, but sometimes I just like to read through comments of other videos.
Like they're disliking.
The people dying in the trailer should be replaced with the developers of this game.
Let's be honest real quick. I'm going to be totally honest with you. They're just bandwagoning at this point for disliking the trailer. If you watch the trailer, honestly, it looks interesting. And it honestly looks like there's nothing actually wrong with it. But they're disliking it mostly because it's finally Call of Duty trying to do something different from the standard Call of Duty.
But I mean, here's the thing. What you're saying is what it looks interesting. That's what they said about Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah, but you see, that's the thing. We already know still, we can't judge a book by its cover. And it's like, there's plenty of games that we said that looked interesting and actually worked. That's how good games came to be, and that's how we knew about it.
This guy just says, I just got Ebola. But the biggest problem that I'm seeing is from this guy is that it's set in space, like every other shooter.
No, that's supposedly, because if you pay attention to the trailer, you only see space like in certain parts. They're on Earth right now, and they go to space. Space is like a part of the game. It's not just set there. So that was just an assumption made by somebody who only maybe heard somebody talk about it and didn't even watch the video.
True, but I mean, look at how
skip through it.
I mean,
and it's like I said, they advertise this game with a campaign that only casual Call of Duty fans will play. Because most people just turn it on and go to multiplayer. I'm pretty sure there's not going to be any space battles for multiplayer.
I mean, the biggest thing that I see about this game is that it looks very similar to Titanfall. Yeah. Even more so than the previous Call of Duty game.
Too bad Titanfall sucked.
Well, then, imagine a birth baby between Titanfall and Call of Duty.
Might be decent because Titanfall had no campaign worth giving a damn about. Oh wait, no, it had none.
You know what else had a good campaign? Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah, that campaign was the absolute best. It was almost so good you couldn't believe it was there. Oh wait, it wasn't. Like, holy shit. Like honestly, this trailer really does look interesting. Most of the dislikes are literally most likely from Call of Duty haters because, let's be honest, I'm going to outright say it. Most people hate on Call of Duty because of its success. It's a successful game that's successful for doing the same thing over and over again. But you know what? How can you hate on Call of Duty for that and not hate on Pokemon for all these years? When Pokemon did the exact same thing for a multitude of its games, all the way up until what, 4th gen? Is when they finally strayed from what they were doing. And it took all the way till Black and White for them to finally start making the Pokemon have life rather than be still images.
Right. But I mean, we are talking
interesting though.
We are talking about a lot of dislikes, but on the recommended, there are a lot of why does the internet hate it? Not saying they hate it, but why they hate it. So I think what we should do is take a quick pause here and check out a couple of these videos, and then come back to you with our our feelings of if we agree or not about why people should like it. So we'll be right back. Alright, and we're back after watching 2 different videos.
Yeah, basically analyzing why people hate the trailer.
Yeah, we got a bit better understanding, and while of course there is some hate wagons, I do think one of the biggest problems is having to do with the Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, because as it stands, it appears
it's a crutch. for this game.
It appears that the only way to get this remastered version is to also buy this game, which doesn't sound bad until you realize this game is $80.
Well, the Legacy Edition is $80. But I'm pretty sure the standard version will probably be $60, like average video game price. But then that means we're not sure if that means you get, because it says you have to get Legacy, Legacy Pro, or Digital Deluxe Edition, right? But then we looked on Activision support, and it said you just need to own the game, right? That's what it said.
All right. Yeah. Right? Looking at it, it says will come as a separate disc. No, it will be a full digital download that will be included. Internet connection. How can I get it? It's only available through the Legacy Pro, and Digital Deluxe editions of Modern Warfare. And then the question, can I play remastered without buying Call of Duty Infinite Warfare? No, you must own Call of Duty Infinite Warfare in order to get Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered.
So with wording like that, we came up with a thought that if you bought the regular game, you would be able to maybe purchase Infinite Warfare digitally. Now the question is, how much would that cost? Because let's put it like this: if Modern Warfare, if Modern Warfare Remastered, if you bought the regular version for $60, and Modern Warfare Remastered cost anything less than $25, then it'd just be better to buy the regular version.
But as it stands, just because I don't think that they want people to feel ripped off, I do believe that if you buy the Infinite Warfare for $60, then the Warfare Remastered will either go up to $30 or $40 by itself after a while.
Yeah, maybe.
So, well, but I mean, I do think that they are. It's like their best intentions are at heart here, but the way they're going at it is completely wrong.
Yeah, because at this point, they're using Modern Warfare as a crutch.
Yes.
They see the people's reactions to this game. They're trying to make sure that you buy this game when it comes out. They want you to buy Infinite Warfare when it comes out because you want to get your hands on that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. But I'm under the impression that, like with things before, that after the sales stop coming in, after a few months, they're going to release Modern Warfare separate. The remastered. I feel like after a few months when the sales drop. Right now, they'll tell you that you can't get it in the future, but let's be honest, they're going to want that money. They're going to want that easy money, especially if Call of Duty fans actually wake the fuck up and don't buy this game because they clearly are upset. Then they're really going to sell that thing separate to get that money.
Yes, but
because as it stands, they're making it seem as if the Modern Warfare remake is basically a value of $20.
Right. But as it stands with what I would like to, after a little bit of self-thinking, what I would like to call the cycle of Activision is they release something that and comes with something. A few months later, they release that extra something separately. People get outraged for having to buy it, but then they get over it, and then the cycle starts, and then it happens again.
And it's like, for me, like, when I see that over 1 million dislikes, how many was it?
2.7 million.
Like, oh, that's bandwagon. That's hate wagon.
I mean, at this point, it is hate wagon, but I can
understand 500,000. I can understand 1 million. But at this point, people who weren't planning on getting the game in the first place have just come to hate that. How many dislikes does that Mighty Number 9 trailer have, though? Masterclass.
Oh.
Because that's actually a bad trailer.
Alright, let's look. Mighty Number 9 Masterclass.
Right, that's actually a bad trailer.
Yeah, let's just move on to talking about this here.
So it's the first one, I think.
Oh yeah, by Deep Silver, because they're the one who did it. It's not even hit 1 million views, but it
has 3,919 likes and 29,936 dislikes.
So the ratio is just about the same as Infinite Warfare.
Yeah, for its demographic. Because this trailer was ass. I'm sorry.
And they pretty much did insult people with what was that line?
Who like anime? Yeah, it's like something about an anime fan on prom night.
Yeah, you'll make your enemies cry like an anime fan on prom night. That was it.
That was fucking like really. I mean, most of your backers were anime fans. You did.
I mean, in any other situation, that would be pretty savage.
It'd be funny, but it's not for this game because this game is First of all,
the game.
I noticed something when I looked at the playable demo for the game, and then I looked at this game. It doesn't look as good as the demo. It's like they dumbed the graphics down on the game. And changed the art style entirely. His facial expressions, everything. The 3D model doesn't even match the 2D art that was in the original.
Yeah, I would say definitely wait for, if you haven't gotten it, get Dragon Striker Gunvolt, because that game is fantastic.
Yeah, and when you get that game, you gotta support the second game too.
Yeah, I was just about to say get the second one,
because that badass with the Mega Man powers is in there.
That's not. That's what
I'm against.
Well, the bad guys without the man power, but you still get to play as a guy who is just pretty cool.
They get like Mega Man
lightning
Static
powers.
Shock.
Mega Man Static Shock. What? Goddamn. But
it's just like so far these have both gotten real hate, but Mighty Number 9 honestly deserves that hate. Let's be honest.
But, I mean,
they've been screwing their backers. They were a good kickstart story. They got so much support, and then they ruined it all, and now it has no hype, and the game is a shell of what they showed us before.
Mm-hmm.
And the talking just made the trailer bad.
Mm-hmm.
No one's talking to you, Vernon.
Yes, and a percentage of the Call of Duty, the Infinite Warfare hate is justified, but just because there is bandwagon hate that is obvious, but we can't tell exactly how much is bandwagon hate because there are millions of Call of Duty players that go beyond the 2.7 million dislikes already.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
They're
still gonna play this game.
So we don't know if 1 million of those dislikes are from the hate wagon. It could only be like 50,000 as well. Because honestly, I have a little bit more faith in humanity than thinking that just because these guys hate it, so I'm going to hate it without giving it any chance.
Look at Ghostbusters.
I'm saying I was about to say that I have enough faith that there's not too many people like that in the world. There are people like that, but not enough for 1 million dislikes. Bandwagon.
Ghostbusters trailer? You saw the hate that shit got.
Not really, actually.
You didn't?
I haven't seen anything. I actually heard about it and I've avoided it like the plague.
And it's like that got some serious. That got some dust. And apparently you're sexist if you don't want to see this movie. You know, speaking about sexism in movies, anybody else heard about that X-Men Apocalypse billboard being taken down? Because Apocalypse was choking Mystique, and they thought that it didn't set the woman on an equal fighting ground against somebody who's basically a god of mutants. And it's like, she should be able to fight him. I was like, what? Her shape-shifting powers. I watched that movie recently. Spoiler alert. It's not really a spoiler, but they changed his powers a little entirely. This nigga turns people to dust by raising his hand. They literally fade to dust. Her being choked is him giving her a chance to actually fight back to begin with. But apparently it's sexist to portray females fighting or being hit anywhere.
Yes,
in comic books.
That is definitely one of. It's just been something that it's just about popping up in almost anything, and I do believe that one of the biggest mistakes that has happened in media is trying to cross being politically correct with just nerd culture in general, like anime, comic books. Like you cannot do both because they're two separate entities. One is dealing with real life issues. One is dealing with a fictional universe from somebody else's mind that you can completely avoid.
Their art. It's their art, but they're too busy trying to spread out their hate. They're too busy trying to victimize themselves. You know what I hate the most is that they want to cry about how you try and always make somebody the victim, but then they advocate themselves as the victims 24/7. It's just like, grow a pair. Since you want to act like you have one, just grow one.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can't take an insult. You can't deal with anything.
Alright. Well,
it's like misogynist billboard. Are you serious?
Hey.
I was like, and they said that like you only hate Ghostbusters because it's got female leads in it. I was like, everybody liked Star Wars and that had female lead.
I mean, to be fair, the billboard is something to look at. Then you have the sexist air conditioning.
That had me dying. I'm sorry. I was dying. Women can't withstand the same temperatures as men can. The air conditioning needs to change for us in the workplace.
There's a problem when the temperature outside is hotter than it is inside. Bitch, what?
It's the fucking summer and we want to be cool.
Do you not?
The pool, bitch.
Know what air conditioning is?
That's
what you just described.
It's just like, and this sexism crap is going everywhere. Yeah. Sexism, censorship, SJW trash. But we're not on that because fuck them.
I think, and to just go into something entirely different, I think we should, because I have actually been interested in, after I saw this movie last night, and I also watched this old reality show along the same premise somewhat, but I actually want to do a segment every now and then where we talk about an idea for a video game that we could possibly do, because our main thing is that we want to be a video game company, and just talking about video games is not going to be something everybody wants to hear. So let's talk about a possible video game idea, or actually, do you think we should do this as a separate series?
The video game idea?
Just a video game idea of just talking about a possible video game idea.
And what about our video game idea? Like the one we have?
No, I mean, like, I have thought of a separate one that I want to talk with you about from, like, just like every now and then we do an episode where, just to help get our creative thoughts flowing and help us just get an idea of what we could do in the future.
Alright. Yeah.
So, what would you rather do this on the podcast?
I feel like that'd be better on a separate segment.
Alright.
Because I feel like the podcast, it feels more like an informative news / keep you in the loop of what's going on in the video game and anime world. Speaking of anime, I need to hit you up with that anime section.
Yeah, we'll do that in just a moment, but this will mean a little bit more work for me having to try to do a different splash screen, because I don't want to use the same splash screen for both the podcast and for talking about video games.
That makes sense.
So we're gonna have to talk about that after the podcast is over. But I have my anime input is I like anime. That is my input for the past 3
anime.
weeks. Comment
Watch My Hero Academia.
Yeah, is it really that good?
It's gonna be the next big. It's gonna be part of the new age, new gen trio of anime. I can almost confirm that.
One Punch, Attack on Titan, and My Hero Academia?
Not Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan took too long. No, it's gonna be My Hero Academia for sure. One Punch Man, no. The reason I say no, I'm a huge fan of One Punch Man, but you can only take it in spurts. I wouldn't be able to. I read the original manga by Zero, right?
Take it in spurts.
But I can't, see them keeping the anime interesting if you throw it to us back to back. That seems like one of those every 2 years or every year you give us like season or a little bit, like the 13 episodes we get. I'm cool with that, but don't try and expand that. But My Hero Academia, that's gonna be one of our Naruto, One Piece, or Bleach. That's what it's gonna be, and I'm gonna put it on. It's gonna be the next Naruto, because Boruto is gonna flop like a fish. Boruto's trash. Tadpole no Jutsu trash. Like, I'll shit talk no Jutsu Boruto all day, but that'd be a waste of time. Speaking of which, Bleach news, Ichigo finally got a new attack.
After how many seasons?
697 or 667, I'm not sure, 77 chapters, whatever, 660 plus chapters. And he's finally got a new move other than Getsuga Tensho. Yeah.
What?
He has the Zero now.
The Sarah?
Yeah.
The only reason I know
The Grand Ray Zero.
The only reason why I remember that is from a fan fiction, honestly. It was a Naruto fan fiction.
And his new form, he gets like a horn from like his Vastalorde form.
Ooh.
And he's like half hollow, half Shinigami.
Something about that he was like supposed to be at one point? Or?
No, I mean, like, that's what the form looks like. It looks like a half hollow, half Shinigami, like a yin and yang kind of deal.
Oh.
And like next, we got introduced to Sanji's family in One Piece.
Sanji has a family?
A huge one at that.
How many brothers and sisters?
Well, Big Mom's family is like a mafia or some shit. So I guess Sanji is in relation to that family that has something to do with Big Mom.
Oh.
And Sanji actually turned down a girl before.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Was she hot?
Yep. Like every girl in One Piece.
God. Well, except for, what was that one girl?
Except for old chicks.
No, there's one. I could have sworn there was that one chick that was supposed to be attractive, but everybody fucking hated.
Alvida?
No. She's still fucking hot. I think it was Sadie that had the most dislikes, actually.
But she is hot. She's just a sadist.
No. It's just that people didn't. From what I heard, it's that people. Just out of all the female characters, her design was the least appealing.
Because of all the pink?
No, just because of how she looked.
Guess that makes sense, I guess. I like Sadie. My least favorite would probably be Domino. They're both from Impel Down, though.
Domino? The X-Men?
The blonde-haired chick with the shades?
The X-Men?
Nah. Oh, but speaking on X-Men... If you haven't seen Apocalypse...
X-Men anime?
Apocalypse! Anime! The X-Men anime was actually pretty good. I saw a few episodes of that.
But is there anything else that we have to discuss today, or should we just wrap this up?
Talking on anime? On anime?
Just in general.
You gotta enjoy the fact that... if you've been keeping up with Hunter x Hunter, you know what's going on. You know Hunter x Hunter.
I know it, but I don't watch it. I don't got time for that shit.
Oh my goodness. It's Hisoka v. Crollo, and Crollo just blew Hisoka's hand off.
Say what?
I would like to. I feel like.
Wait. What?
Yeah, Hisoka got fucked. And they're fighting to the death. They're fighting to the death. And I think Hisoka's gonna win still. Because on his own fanboy. And fuck Crollo on his, I have every fucking men in the book. And since we're on the last subject, if you watch Ruby Chibi. Ruby Chibi is basically everything I thought Ruby should have been. AKA having fucking downtime to develop your characters and show them training and enjoying life and doing stuff.
Well, you went to the wrong place.
Yeah, I love RWBY. I love Ruby as much as the next guy, but I also hate Ruby more than the next guy because there is no character development in Ruby until you watch Ruby TV.
Good.
Alrighty.
Good to get that off your chest.
Got it off my chest.
You
got it off my chest.
we now have an alien running around, and you're dead.
I'm still alive. I'm immortal.
No.
I just have a huge hole in my chest.
Yeah.
Time for me to go apply for a horror film.
Yeah. So I think is that it? Should we take you to the hospital now, or?
I don't want to get turned into a lab rat or anything.
Too bad.
Well, until next time.
This has been Wolf.
And this is Jostar.
And this is SFS Podcast signing out.
The fuck was that? What? SSF? What?
I don't know how to end things.